On the edges of today's economical news, an article came out saying that the Fed has made a slight adjustment to the job creation numbers of the second quarter of last year. If you remember, I talked about this in the past. To calculate the number of jobs created by small to medium-sized businesses, the Fed uses a model called the birth-death model. We're talking about the birth, the creation of new companies, and the death, the dissolution of old companies. We're not talking about people's lives, of course. This model held up strong for many years, but especially since COVID. Maybe it's because of the big resign, and a lot of it had maybe to do with the PPE loans that helped a lot of new companies to get created. The gap between this model and real-time information that we're receiving from companies like ADP, who actually process about 80% of the payroll for those small to medium-sized companies, has grown. So when the Fed finally collects and processes more accurate information, even if it's in a delay of more than 6 months, they make this slight adjustment. The original number for jobs created in the second quarter of 2024 was 653,000. This number was adjusted down to a negative 163,000 jobs. That is a difference of 816,000 jobs that not only were not created, but many of them were closed and lost. Even if we assume that those are gross numbers, not seasonally adjusted, and we use the same seasonal adjustment that the Fed uses for the same period of time for non-farm payroll, which is 21% of the gross number, we still end up with 169,000 jobs for the quarter, or about 56,000 jobs each month. This means that in April, instead of 108,000 jobs, only 51,000 jobs were created. In May, instead of 216,000 jobs, only 159 jobs were created. And in June, instead of 118,000 jobs, only 61,000 jobs were created. Percentage-wise, that is a huge difference. The market and the Fed itself pretty much are ignoring this discrepancy. It happened a long time ago, and it's not deemed relevant. But you can be sure that if the Fed had those more accurate numbers in real time, they will not be as positive about the resilience of the economy and the stability and strength of the job market.